Welcome to Bruugh for the Bon Secures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship semi-final clash between Kilmallock and Doon. To say it's wet, windy and wild here in South Limerick this afternoon would be an understatement. John Keoghan here in commentary. Delighted to be joined by Jerome O'Connell for today's game. Jerome, we're here at the front of the stand here in Bruugh. We're up on the lucky ones. We're still getting a bit wet, but conditions going to play a huge part.
Certainly are, John. And I can tell you one thing here, it's practically dark already. And we're just getting underway. We don't expect a whole lot to be between those two teams. It has to finish on the day with extra time and penalties. It's going to be interesting coming down the final couple of minutes here, because I can't see how we will play out this game. But look, that's a long way down the lines. But what we can expect is there isn't going to be much between these two teams. Two star-studded lineups. Two of the teams that you would have had on your shortlist from the start of the year. And credit to Bruugh, the playing surface does look in good nick here. But it is very, very wet, very, very slippery. Wet ball, wet underfoot conditions, wet hurley. But, as I said, two really star-studded teams.
The amount of talent on show tonight. I think you were tweeting it earlier this morning. 10 All-Ireland winners on the field from the start. Probably more, actually, now that we think of it, with Adam English and Barry Murphy due to start for Doon. We'll give you the team changes in a few moments. But, Jerome, it is a leveller, the weather, but there wasn't much to be levelling between these sides anyway, especially. We were in Fedamore earlier this year, and a lovely day in Fedamore as well, where the sides couldn't be separated. A bit of shadow boxing that day as well, but Kilmallock eventually finishing second in the group with Doon in third. But you mentioned it, it's going to be very, very tight. Free taking duty is massively important today.
Yeah, every score is going to be hard earned in these kind of conditions. When I think back to that group game in Fedamore, sun cream was the order of the day on that occasion, and the two sides finished level. We know their history, have met in the last two semi-finals, Kilmallock winning last year, Doon winning the year before. So, all the stats will show absolutely nothing to separate these two teams. Something will have to separate them today. As you said, it's going to be the most minute of details. Free taking will be huge. A breaking ball, a slip in around the goals, anything like that, but very, very little on paper at least to separate the two teams.
Quick check on the teams, of course. Nipirchik waiting in the final on October 30th, starting with Kilmallock unchanged from the advertised programme before throwing in goals. Barry Hennessy, full backline of Mark O'Loughlin, Philip O'Loughlin and Dan Joy. Half backline Aaron Costello, Gavin O'Mahony and Paddy O'Loughlin. Midfield sees Robbie Hanley, partnered by Kevin O'Donnell. Phelim O'Reilly, Graham Mulcahy and Oisin O'Reilly, the Kilmallock captain, make up the half forward line. Full forward line Shane O'Brien, Micheál Houlihan and Killian Hayes. Fintan O'Connor, Owen Ryan and Paul Tobin, the backroom team for Kilmallock. Over to Doon, two changes from what we were told earlier in the week. Tomas Lynch in goals, full back line Tommy Hayes, Mikey O'Brien and Chris Thomas. Half back line Patrick Cummins, Richie English captaining the side and Josh Ryan. Midfield sees Darragh O'Donovan and Eddie Stokes. And here's where the changes come for Doon. Adam English wearing number 21, so vital in their quarter-final win over Kilmallock Palace Kenry. He's in for Kevin Maher. Barry Murphy is also in the side in place of Cian O'Donovan, and Cormac Ryan completes the half forward line. Full forward line Dean Coleman, Dara Stapleton and Pat Ryan. The Doon side managed by Ty Hayes with Jimmy Quilty and Aidan Fitzgerald, Rich English and Mike McKenna involved in their setup. Jerome, you've mentioned it, we'll mention it again, two star-studded teams, and maybe it's that bit of quality that'll come through.
Yeah, and two sides that know each other so well. They've been meeting annually for the last 5 or 6 years, well used to semi-finals, well used to county finals, county champions against the Doon side looking to reach their third final in 5 years. So, two of the top teams in Limerick, dare I say, two of the top club sides in Munster or Ireland. We would expect a right good game. Conditions will certainly temper that somewhat, but, still, same conditions for both teams, as they always say.
Referee for this afternoon's game is John O'Halloran from Brewery. Jerome, you need an experience in quality ref in conditions like this. There are going to be slips, there are going to be late challenges that aren't necessarily deliberately done. And John, not too many better than John O'Halloran in Limerick at the moment.
No, certainly not. We're well resourced in terms of senior hurling referees in Limerick. And as you said, John, one of the best of them, Oisin O'Reilly and Richie English, two team captains, just up for the toss and getting a couple of last minute instructions from John at the moment. There is a breeze here, but at the same time, obviously the rain has it dampened, probably blowing into the corner away from the scoreboard end here in Bruugh. Not quite sure who it favours in the first half, but it's not worth a whole lot, but it will be tricky for the free taker because it's coming across the field here in Brough. So that'll be something to bear in mind for both free takers. I was at a Premier Intermediate game this morning, and that tricky crossfield breeze did prove difficult for free takers in particular.
A very, very sizable crowd behind us here in the stand, as you'd imagine, given the conditions. A fair amount of people over on the far side, as you see it on camera as well. Jerome, we're moments away. Who are you tipping to come through into the final?
I've been impressed with Kilmallock all year. Change of management for them this year, and they've been working so hard. There is a tradition in recent years of the quarter-finalists coming through into the semi-final, and we will see if that game last week for Doon stands them in good stead. Just have a slight inkling for Kilmallock.
Just now pause for our round of Veen. I'm pretty much ready to go here now in Brough. Final stages, final little messages coming in from both sets of managements here. We have mentioned it's wet and windy, it's freezing as well here, Jerome. But that's more of an issue for us, I think, than the players on the field.
Yeah, I think the players on the field are going to be the warm ones. Both teams lining up positionally more or less as they were selected. Nothing dramatic in either side in terms of changes out the field or anything like that. I think the Doon goalkeeper might have gone the wrong direction to start with, but just a couple of minutes from the throw-in, a couple of players that far side, I think they're just shouldering each other to warm up. We might just say that before the ball is thrown in.
And there's a couple of matches we're seeing here. Graham Mulcahy has moved out on Josh Ryan, a bit of a little and large combination here in front of us in Brough. We're on their way into Bonsecours Hospital. Limerick Senior Hurling Championship semi-final. It's Darragh O'Donovan on the run for Doon straight away. Finds a pass to Eddie Stokes. Stokes gets it away to Darragh Stapleton. Comes back for the free, Jerome. But we'll want 5 or 6 seconds gone. Could have had a first goal chance. Yeah,
and just the leadership that Doon will look to someone like Darragh O'Donovan to show, absolutely no shortage of experience and talent around the field, but it'll be who stands up on the day, and that's a great drive from Darragh O'Donovan to lead his side straight from the off. And as you said, if ball had gone to hand, perhaps to Darragh Stapleton, slight chance, but Adam English, it looks like it's on the freeze for Doon this afternoon.
Made such an impact last week against Kildimo Palace Kenry. 6 scores he got from coming on at half time, and he's got one straight away here in Brough. Early lead for Doon.
Nice handy one for the free taker as well. He loved that in a day like today, 21, 25 metres out just to the left of the goal, so that's a great start for a free taker.
Everything going to be taken so carefully here. Barry Hennessy manages to launch this one. It's a great puck out, just a little drop, and it's fallen now for Kilmallock. Killian Hayes that has possession. Killian Hayes has won a free. Jerome, John O'Halloran will try to leave the game flow as much as he can, but there's going to be a lot of frees here.
Yeah, they will. Look, we're going to get it in the first couple of minutes as well before teams, get their ball on hand and be able to spray it around into the corners and things like that. Doon seems to be lining up, pretty much orthodox enough with a 3-man full forward line. Adam English and Dean Coleman seem to be closer to goal, with Darragh Stapleton perhaps just drifting out a little bit. So that's certainly a dangerous duo inside of Dean Coleman and Adam English. If Doon can get ball in front of them, ball travelling in front of them today will be tricky, of course.
Micheál Hoolan back from injury here. We were in Ballygran when Kilmallock comfortably saw off it there when he got injured with an ankle injury. Micheál Hoolan has struck that one. We've a level game here. Early doors here in Brough, 1 point apiece. And the free taking prowess of both Micheál Hoolan and Adam English showing up very quickly here. There's a slip back there, and it's Chris Thomas that has fallen over here. There'll be plenty of things like that as Tomas Lynch went short with it. Doon have managed to recover though, and it's Tommy Hayes. Such a good season from Tommy Hayes. He flicks this one along. Paddy O'Loughlin and Barry Murphy battle for possession. It's Barry that has it in hand. Finds a pass to Cormac Ryan. Play is brought back. There's an injury here down. I think it's Graham Mulcahy here that is down injured. Jerome, looks to be a bit of a problem here. I think it's Graham that's down. I could be wrong.
It's certainly Graham Mulcahy that's down. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's anything untoward in it. But he certainly hit the ground after the ball was cleared forward. I think it was Tommy Hayes that probably came out through a group of players there and didn't quite see if Graham just went over twisted an ankle or a knee or something like that. But John O'Halloran certainly checking with his team of officials. You can see he's mic'd up this afternoon, but doesn't seem to be looking for any particular Doon player or anything like that.
Well, he's certainly looking for someone now. It's John O'Halloran, so
he's gone for the notebook, isn't he?
I think there could be a bit of trouble here. We're just confirming. John O'Halloran is chatting to Kilmallock mentors. And he's certainly looking around the Doon full back line, Jerome. And it's Tommy Hayes, I think, that's getting a little talking to him, maybe more here. So this could be a significant moment in the game. Yeah, Shane O'Brien is there trying to advise John O'Halloran of what to do next as well. But Tommy Hayes, he's tried to move away from it, Jerome. I think John O'Halloran's going to continue talking. It's a yellow card for...
Yellow card, yeah. He did break forward
Tommy
for that
Hayes.
possession, so I'm guessing there was perhaps a late
maybe
hurling
late hit, Jerome,
yeah.
It was Tommy Hayes, of course, that flicked the ball up the wing that time as well. So it's an early yellow card for the Doon, number 2. So it's an indirect free here for Doon. Funnily enough, the way things work out, they're the ones that committed the offence and they still had possession of the ball with an indirect free. There's plenty of verbals out there as well, Jerome.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. We've had a very stop-start kind of a start to the game here. Just no flow to it yet. And I think that's what would suit everyone, both teams and the referee as well. Just a little bit of niggle creeping in, while the ball is out of play and things like that. So hopefully, we can get back into a little bit of flow sooner rather than later. Darragh
O'Donovan takes this quick, aiming into the full forward line. It's a super take from Adam English. Gets the pass away, looking for Barry Murphy. It's into the hand of Pat Ryan instead. Ryan checks back on his right side, delivers it across the 21-metre line. Maybe better off having a go at there, as it was easily cut out by the Kilmallock defence, and they'll try and work it away. And it's a foul there on Philip O'Loughlin. I think Jerome, he just lost a bit of possession, but he'll be happy enough they've got that free. And
I think they may have lost the free now. Robbie Handley after getting involved with Adam English, so free overturned and ball going to be thrown in, and we've already seen the amount of times ball has spilled and guys have lost their footing.
Yeah, there's plenty of passion on show here, Jerome. John O'Halloran will do well to keep it lit in this early doors.
Yeah, just unfortunately the ball has been out of play too much in the opening 4 or 5 minutes. We just need to get ball back in play and focus on Slither rather than anything else.
Just another little chat here. John O'Halloran just leaving him at it, Jerome. He's just looking enough to lads, telling everyone to relax and calm down, and I suppose maybe leave it, get it out, the bit of steam out of their systems as well.
Yeah, he's given the yellow card. Look, he's tried to lay down the marker, so
he's not happy with throwing in the ball as of yet as well. A little word for Aaron Castle on Adam English too, so
all these guys, of course, are county panellists. They know each other so well.
Gavin O'Mahony in there as well. The ball has been thrown in. It's a loose ball, battle for possession on the ground. We're going to see that plenty of times today as well. And neither side able to win clean possession until Doon get into their hand. It's Eddie Stokes out to Pat Ryan. Ryan with the chance for Doon, and Pat Ryan has held that one high and over the bar. Excellent score from Pat Ryan.
That's a good score from Pat Ryan, and you were correct in the earlier move. He probably should have had the shot himself. It's not going to be a day for little neat passes back across goal. That time took on the responsibility himself. Good score in the conditions.
And that puts Doon into a 2-1 advantage early doors here in Bruff. Conditions, Jerome, are ever worsening. I'm having a little chuckle. I'm not out there. We're fairly happy to be for once here in the commentary position as Josh Ryan wins that one into the centre to Cormac Ryan after Darragh O'Donovan. Very prominent thus far has been Darragh O'Donovan. Another hit off the ball. Late tackle is the call from John O'Halloran. And
fouled that time on Josh Ryan, and he's been one of the success stories for Doon this year, reverting back to wing back, and has really been a tower of strength for them, marauding forward time after time, chipping in with scores, creating scores, that time drawing the foul. And it'll be a tricky one for Doon from distance as well, but Cormac Ryan has been quite decent on those earlier this year. Perhaps Adam English might step up for it as well.
Josh Ryan maybe in a bit of trouble here. I think I could hear from here, Jerome, there was a few groans being let out by Josh, but You know, he would, if he was not to be able to continue. A huge loss for this Doon side. You mentioned it, being in outstanding form since that move back to wing back. Full forward for the Limerick senior footballers. Very much half back this season. May have been proven to be a masterstroke the way Doon have played this year.
Yeah, and has played, so many different positions for him. We've seen him in midfield. I've seen him in corner forward for Doon in recent years as wing forward. But just the wing back role has really suited him. Again, I suppose in one way is maybe to how Kyle Hayes would play it, big stride going forward, nice use of the ball, and I think just got a knock there as he released possession, and probably in the course again the knock went over on his ankle, and it's going to be that kind of day because keeping your footing is going to be tricky, and as he took the knock, I probably twisted the ankle, I'm suspecting, and as you said, would be certainly a loss for him. Jack Cummins probably a replacement for Josh if he's in trouble. But worrying times for Doon because he is instrumental to how they play.
Yeah, big worry here for Doon is right. As the rain continues to fall here in Bruff, it's one of those awkward squalls, Jerome. It's kind of going everywhere. More importantly, from our point of view, right into our faces. But not too many people watching from home will care too much about that. They're not worried about our welfare. It's all about the welfare of Josh Ryan right now. And Jerome, he hasn't moved much since he went down in that off the ball hit, and again it continues to be a worry here for Doon.
I just wonder, is it his ankle? We can't see from this distance, but as you said, worrying times for both Josh's own welfare in terms of his injury, and also then the Doon management to see what they can do next if he is forced off. Doesn't look to be coming back up at this stage, and I suspect maybe the earlier prognosis of ankle, unless he actually twisted his knee as well when falling.
Yeah, and just it has been a feature of Doon. Their last two county championship final appearances have been beset by injury. They've lost twice heavily now to Limerick in those games. Their chances weren't held by those kind of injuries.
No, certainly not.
But I think from this stage, Jerome, we're very unlikely to see Josh Ryan continue.
They've been, dogged by injuries in recent years between Barry Murphy, Richie English. They've played county semi-finals without Dara Donovan, and a lot of key players have been missing for him at different stages. And that's one of the things this year that while they missed players for certain group games, they kind of were confident enough that we're going to have everyone back at full tilt come the latter stages, and unfortunately, Josh now picked up an injury, innocuous enough challenge it appeared at the time, but groups of players just going back into their huddles for a couple of minutes, even to try and get a little bit of shelter in the dugout for the 2 or 3 minutes while Josh leaves the field.
Yeah, stretcher, sad to see any time a stretcher comes in for a player in a game, and sadly that's the fate of Josh Ryan at this very moment in time. It's 2 points to 1 in favour of Doon, but everyone's thoughts right now in Bruff, I would imagine, Jerome, both sets of supporters and players will be worried about Josh's welfare while also trying to concentrate on the game. Yeah,
certainly. You don't like to see any player going down injured, regardless of the game. County semi-final, very unfortunate for Josh, as I said, one of the success stories for Doon's march to this county semi-final. Just his back is turned to us. We're just assuming it's a leg injury of some regard, but very, very. This game really hasn't really started. We're approaching 10 minutes of game time here, but ball in play. I'm not quite sure ball in play for maybe 4 minutes at this stage. We've had so many start-stops to it, and just neither side have had any chance to get any ascendancy so far. And maybe this break will be an opportunity for both managements to kind of press a reset button and let's go again. Be interesting to see, do any of them tactically opt to change anything during these couple of minutes as well. It was quite noticeable that Doon were kind of playing with a two-man full forward line with a full forward just drifted off him. So I wonder, will Kilmallock try and put a little protection in there to safeguard against Adam English and Dale Coleman, because they have a massive attacking threat, and with Pat Ryan drifting in from the half forward line as well.
We've seen, we're likely it is Jack Cummins coming on for Josh. We've seen Jack Cummins operate around the full back line this year. Could you see maybe Chris Thomas, Mikey O'Brien, who's operated in the wing back line so often and so prolifically at times?
Yeah, you certainly could see one of those. Yeah, Chris Thomas perhaps. Jack can also come in at wing back as well. His brother Patrick has had an outstanding season in the other wing back role. The number 5 jersey for Doon this year popped up with a couple of crucial scores, goals and points from wing back, and just confirmation as Josh is carried off to a nice warm round of applause that it is number 19 Jack Cummins coming into the team, and it does look like he's slotting straight into the wing back role here as well, lining up alongside Richie English and his brother Patrick.
Yeah, so Jack Cummins on for the very unfortunate Josh Ryan, stretchered off. We're still seeing him over there getting tended to, I think, as well. But we will do, but sadly we'll have to wait for Josh Ryan. We wish him all the best, Jerome. You know, very, very important player for Doon, but for Limerick as well, you know, on the football side of things.
Yeah, please God, nothing too long term for Josh, and he'll be back again. No better man to look after himself and get himself physically ready again. And we've got 12 minutes on the stopwatch here, John, but I certainly think we're looking at maybe 5 or 6 minutes at least of injury time at the end of this first half, and we're only 12 minutes in.
Yeah, you imagine so. As Adam English strikes this free, it's not an easy one in these conditions, and Adam English has the first wide of the game, Jerome. It's only the 4th shot, but a missed opportunity nonetheless.
Yeah, and I think we spoke about it already, how difficult it's going to be for the free takers, and I suppose after a couple of minutes of stoppage as well, perhaps Adam just wasn't fully warmed up before striking that one.
And back with play, it's Kilmallock on the attack, flicked inside. Richie English is there for the break, just scoops it out to teammate there, and it's Darragh O'Donovan that eventually gets the delivery inside, and it's a good one too. It is Dean Coleman in possession. He's got Mark O'Loughlin with him. Coleman going off his right, plays it across. It's a great ball. Stapleton has it. Brilliant goal for Doon. Huge loss from Josh Ryan, Jerome. They've got the perfect tonic.
That's a smashing goal. What great play from Dean Coleman to hold it up here in the left corner forward position. Spotted Darragh Stapleton. Darragh Stapleton had an earlier chance and it didn't just go to hands to him. That one, great play from Darragh Stapleton. Great run in, great vision from Dean Coleman, and a lovely, neat little finish from Darragh Stapleton as well. Didn't panic, kept the hurley short, and just rolled it in under Barry Hennessy.
More importantly, from his point of view as well, kept the shot low, and it's Doon that have got a huge moment here, and they have the possession again. Good work though back there from Phelan O'Reilly to dispossess Doon. It's Robbie Hanley blocked down by Chris Thomas. Richie English now in possession here, and English strikes it high and strikes it long down towards Pat Ryan. Ryan, 2 Kilmallock defenders around him. It's Gavin O'Mahony. Low pass from O'Mahony. Darren Costello has a bit of space, strokes it into midfield. It's a good touch there from Kevin O'Donnell. Pulls on the ball, got the ball, says John O'Halloran too, as Adam English protested. Graham Mulcahy now has it. Mulcahy with a shooting chance for Kilmallock. It's a good strike from Graham. Out comes Tomas Lynch off his line, and he got a hurley to it. Breaks though for a Kilmallock man, Killian Hayes, but the slip comes from Killian Hayes, and Doon work it out through Mikey O'Brien and Darragh O'Donovan. Switch play again. Pat Ryan is out there again. 2, nearly 3 Kilmallock defenders out to stop him, and eventually Dan Joy gets the ball as an hefty challenge though comes in from Kevin Maher. It's Adam English now. English on the run. The foul, the advantage is coming. English doesn't want it to. Adam English on the run. Gets the strike away in the end. And that's gone to the right and wide. Jerome, the advantage had elapsed. You would have expected Adam English, even in these conditions, to put that one over.
Yeah, he'll be very disappointed with that one. You know, had shown a clean pair. He is Kilmallock, and just, you know, has to be finishing those. A little bit of off the ball up to our left again as well now.
Back with play here. It is Doon who've really got to fill up from that goal. They've got a free as well, Jerome. How big a moment could that goal be?
It's a huge tonic, I suppose. Look, it's very, very early doors in this contest as well now. We really only have 6 or 7 minutes of action played, but you know, it's a tonic score for Doon. They have been slightly getting on top in the last couple of moments, but you know, a great score for them. Well worked score as well, and just a little bit of off the ball there. It's Paddy O'Loughlin and Pat Ryan. Adam English was in there as well, and I think probably Philip O'Loughlin. So John O'Halloran having a word with his umpires. I think he probably needs to show a yellow card or two just to lay down the law again, to remind the two teams, because it has been niggly enough for the 14-15 minutes in terms of what we have on the stopwatch.
Adam English, is that the helmet off? I think we may have a couple of cards, Jerome, as you were mentioning there. Adam English has been certainly involved in a lot of things, not all of it on the ball either, and he may be one of the players that gets that is shown a card as well.
Yeah, I think there was probably a bit of a wrestling match on the ground between Paddy O'Loughlin and Pat Ryan. I didn't quite think it was a day myself to be rolling around on the ground out there, such as the wet conditions, but so be it. But Adam English has been probably the key figure in the opening quarter of this game so far, and we saw the influence he had on Doon's quarter-final against Kilmallock when he came on. Scored 5 frees, scored 1 from play. His 1 from play was down the home stretch when it was really, really badly needed from Doon. Won an amount of ball that afternoon, and again here, very prominent so far. Looked like Adam English and Paddy O'Loughlin yellow cards. Again, in the conditions and in the wet and the distance, we are hard to fully confirm, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it certainly looked like that from our vantage point here in the stand in Bruff. And it's going to be... it's a Doon free back there, Jerome. Maybe it's a 65, maybe it's a block, I'm not sure. And certainly the foul on Adam English happened earlier up the wing.
No, it was a foul away from that incident just before John O'Halloran's attention was brought to the two guys having their mini wrestling match.
And it's not one for the faint-hearted here in Bruff today as Adam English strikes that one. That's going to drop to the left of wide. And just further example, Jerome, how difficult it really is to be striking full stop. Yeah,
and it's three wides to do, none to Kilmallock so far, and it's very, very tricky conditions. And Adam English is now down injured just after striking that free, and the conditions are really taking their toll on the two sets of teams. That said, it has been very niggly. Let's be honest with it. There's been a lot of stuff happening off the ball and things like that, and I think it's physically it's been quite intense as well, and it's taken its toll on the teams.
Indeed, it has. Adam English down injured, and it's the last thing Doon we want to be seeing here is another player down injured. We've already lost Josh Ryan, who was stretchered off a few minutes ago. And they've since got a goal, an excellent finish from Dara Stablen after brilliant work from Darragh Donovan and Dean Coleman. We're going to restart with a Barry Hennessy puck out. Thankfully, Adam English is back up. It's a good take from Kevin O'Donnell. Must be said, a superb puck out from Barry Hennessy as well. O'Donnell goes high and long into the 21-metre line. A glorious touch from Shane O'Brien. Gets the pass away. Mulcahy over the bar. It goes from Graham Mulcahy. Goal chance all over. Jerome, a day like this, you have to go low.
Yeah, I'm thinking goal there straight away when Shane O'Brien pops that to Graham Mulcahy. You're thinking if Graham goes low there, he's got Tomas Lynch beaten. But a good score for Kilmallock. Well worked all the way from the goalkeeper.
19.5 minutes on the clock here in Bruff in the Bon Secours Hospital. Limerick Senior Hurling Championship semi-final. Lusheen O'Reilly gets a strike in that one. That's going to fall. Well, it's not even going to fall. Tomas Lynch is going to have to play it. Didn't want it, was hoping it would go, but it held up in the wind. Gets the pass out to Mikey O'Brien. It's Doon leading 1-2 to 2 points here. It's a big hit there. Huge hit there put in. I think it was Aaron Costello, was it? It was Aaron Costello. Aaron Costello's thrown it Doon Hurley away as well as Graham Mulcahy gets the pass away to Phelim O'Reilly. O'Reilly can't get his pass away though. Thunderous challenges coming in. Cormac Ryan to Dara Stapleton. Jerome, we're seeing a bit of old style hurling here as well.
This is tight, this is tough, this is real war of attrition, and I'm not sure if it's really showing up on the video, but the rain is just absolutely milling down here.
Indeed it is here as Mark O'Loughlin's attempted clearance is blocked by Dean Coleman. Coleman gets the shot away. Coleman has put it over the bar. Another score for Doon. 1-3 to 2 points. 4 points in it, Jerome. And that's an excellent finish from Dean Coleman. He had the advantage of the free coming to him, but he didn't care. He put it over the bar anyway.
Yeah, and the notebooks are absolutely soaked. Biro has stopped working.
It's a sure sign we're in trouble here. Aaron Costello chased down by Adam English. Aaron Costello has been fouled. I'm going to have a free into Kilmallock, and Adam English will have to be a little bit careful, Jerome. He's limping away from that challenge a little bit now, and maybe something Doon are going to have to look at.
Yeah, he's picked up a knock earlier on. He's got a little bit of treatment. Anytime he's been near the sideline, they've been giving him treatment. And of course, we know he's been carrying an injury, hamstring and groin and different things throughout the campaign, really, and they've tried to rest him up as much as they can. But certainly seems to be labouring in it a little bit, and of course the soft underfoot conditions won't have helped, and as we said, the physicality of the game as well. He's taken a couple of heavy knocks so far, but yeah, carrying the leg a little bit, no doubt about it.
So it's going to be a chance for Micheál Hoolan. He got a point early doors from a 45-metre free, and this one, well, I don't think the angle is going to be an issue. It's just what happens after that ball as it comes up off the hurling. Micheál Hoolan as good a free taker as you'll see has this chance, and Micheál Hoolan has made no mistake with that one. There's a goal between the sides again.
Yeah, and it's a good start for Mihal as well. His first time to stand over a free, and we're 21 minutes into the contest.
1-3 to 3 points in favour of Doon. That Dara Stapleton goal, the difference between the sides here at the moment. Puck out comes from Tomas Lynch, and it's Kilmallock that have it in the hand here. Played inside, and it's out to Paddy O'Loughlin on the run. Flicks it in front, looking for Phelan O'Reilly. He's found his target. Phelan O'Reilly getting that shot away. Be a great score from Phelan O'Reilly. It's gone to the right, Jerome. We've a man down injured yet again here. It's a Kilmallock man on his own 45-metre line. I was looking, is it Gavin O'Mahony, Jerome, that's down?
Yeah, it looks like Kilmallock centre back that's down. Again, conditions playing so much of an impact in terms of all of these injuries. It's such a physical game, really is. I mean, it's impossible for anyone to, I suppose, to break forward into any clean space given the conditions that are there, but it's so physical. We know so many of these players are involved in the inter-county squad, involved in underage development squads. Physically they're conditioned, to the best that they can be, and it's showing so far. It's such a war of attrition, such a physical encounter. Unfortunately, we're not getting to see perhaps the lovely end-to-end flowing hurling that we've absolutely no doubt that these two teams could produce, and that's unfortunate. We've spoken so much about the club championship in the split season and the clubs getting to play in the best of the condition and in the best of the grounds. Here we are with maybe 1,500 people crammed into the stand in Brough, and it absolutely lashing rain down. But look, it's not for the endeavour of the two players. They're certainly absolutely working their socks off.
Indeed they are. It is Gavin O'Mahony that was receiving attention there. He's going to be able to continue here, Jerome. We can't emphasise enough how difficult the conditions really are here.
Yeah, and looks like John O'Sullivan has been consulting with his officials again, and it's a yellow card for Dara Stapleton of Doon this time.
Dara Stapleton, the latest player to go into the book of John O'Halloran. Going to have that puck out from Tomas Lynch. It's gone short again. Second time he's done that to Tommy Hayes. Doon aren't going to deviate from their plan that has got them to this stage. The pass from Hayes, though, has been intercepted initially by Aaron Costello. Barry Murphy has done very well to intercept and win the free as well. Excellent bit of work from Aaron Costello initially. Barry Murphy then pickpocketing him. Yeah,
and Doon have been profiting a little bit from running at the Kilmallock half-back and midfield, and they've drawn a couple of frees so far. Adam English has taken the earlier ones, but it looks like there's going to be a change for Doon's long-range free takers. And
you mentioned earlier, Jerome, so often so accurate in this campaign for them.
Hit a lot of their long-range and their 65s earlier in the campaign.
So it's Cormac Ryan with Doon, a goal to the good here. After 24 and a half minutes, we're going to have plenty of injury time as well due to that stoppage for Josh Ryan, who was stretchered off early doors here. As this one comes in from Cormac Ryan. It's a beautiful strike and a beautiful score as well.
That's a good one, and that's a confident start for Cormac, taking over the place balls from distance.
So Cormac Ryan first of the game for him. And it's back on their way here. Kilmallock trying to win it, and it's just another battle for possession. Dara O'Donovan has won it, needs a bit of help, finds it in Cormac Ryan, who gets his pass away to Dara Stapleton, a goal scorer. Stapleton out to Pat Ryan. Ryan with time and space usually ends up in a score. Didn't get hold of that at all. Conditions playing their part, Jerome, but Doon just shading this game now slightly.
Yeah, and while conditions are playing their part, it's 4 points to 1, and they'll want to try and make inroads with any of those chances that they're getting. Pat could have taken that one on a little bit, he's running towards the sideline. Probably not the most ideal of shots to be taken on.
No, maybe not there. Didn't work out for Pat Ryan there as Kilmallock trying to launch an attack. Phelan O'Reilly has it, plays it low, looking for the brother O'Sheen. O'Sheen has had one shot so far, hasn't been involved in the game, looking to get into it now. Great bit of defending from Tommy Hayes. O'Reilly has it again, didn't come up first time. Hardly surprising given how bad conditions are here, and Tommy Hayes has managed to pick the ball up, and that's a bit of inspirational play from Tommy Hayes and Doon. The excellent bit of defending first, came away with the ball and wins the free.
Yeah, and he's come out with a lot of ball for Doon from the full back line so far. Picked up the early yellow card, but a number of times said ball on hand. He's taken a couple of short puck outs from him as well, and a rock of strength inside there. He's picking up O'Sheen O'Reilly, and that's no mean feat.
It's Dara O'Donovan with the long delivery. A great strike from O'Donovan. Player slipping and sliding all over. Mark O'Loughlin came out with the hurley to it. Dean Coleman though is going to pick up the loose ball, steps past Aaron Costello, looking to get the pass away, gets it to Barry Murphy. Murphy looked to give a pass away, does it eventually. Adam English, lovely little flick pass from him. The slip comes from Eddie Stokes, so Kilmallock are able to pick up the loose pieces. It's Micheál Hoolan to Paddy O'Loughlin. Paddy goes long with it in towards Killian Hayes. Good work back there for Chris Thomas, but Killian Hayes has managed to come away with possession for the ball back. Killian Hayes into the middle, it comes back towards Hoolan, but again Richie English is there for Doon. Excellent bit of defending, and Jerome defences are on top here at the moment. Darragh O'Donovan now in the middle of the park, tries to take the ball on, takes it into contact, just gets rid of it, hoping to hold on to it, but Kilmallock through Graham Mulcahy have turned over possession. He's under pressure now, the ball is everywhere. Chris Thomas tries a kick, he doesn't get a connection. Richie English now for Doon has the ball in his hand, back to Jack Cummins. Cummins gets a strike, but there's two Kilmallock players there to know Doon, and it's going to be easy for Philip O'Loughlin to send this one long, and it's Robbie Hanley trying to win it, just can't get the ball in the hand. And again Darragh O'Donovan is in there, no free, says referee John O'Halloran. I think it was just a slip as well here. Breathless bit of play here as Dara Stapleton gets the pass away to Eddie Stokes. Stokes looking to get a shot of it, doesn't get it. Eventually Pat Ryan does, and Pat Ryan has put it to the right and wide. A breathless bit of play, Jerome. Plenty of excellent defending and plenty of slipping and sliding. Has everything, as there's another player down injured for Doon.
John, I have to say, I just feel so sorry for the players out there. Absolutely no lack of endeavour from them, but they have no opportunity to play any brand of nice, neat hurling that we know they're capable of. They're trying passes, they're slipping, the ball is dropping. It's so unfortunate that we've landed into weather like this on county semi-final day when there's so much on the line, and you've got to feel for the players. They're absolutely working their socks outside there. But in terms of just gathering possession, holding your footing, it's proving all but impossible for both sides.
Yeah, we can't emphasise it enough how very difficult this is for both sets of players. It's just, as Jerome O'Connell mentioned, nigh on impossible here. I think it was fairly wet in Kilmallock yesterday for Doon, or sorry, for Napearchik versus South Liberties. Doesn't hold a candle to what we're witnessing here in Brough this afternoon. For the record, Doon leading 1-4 to 3 points. It's a low scoring one, Jerome, but it has to be expected, in these conditions.
Yeah, we're just not going to get a big scoring game. It's going to be so low scoring. It's going to be really, really tight, and it's not going to change, unfortunately. And you can see the pitch cutting up, as good and all as it is, given the incessant rain.
Barry Hennessy aims his puck out at Micheál Hoolan. Good work back there defensively from Chris Thomas, and that's Pat Ryan giving a hand too into Barry Murphy. Took his eye off it, but Graham Mulcahy comes in, hand on the back, Jerome.
Probably a bit unfortunate from Graham's point of view. I think he was just leaning in on the player more than fouling him. But again, a lovely pass from Pat Ryan up to Barry Murphy. Any other day of the year, Barry Murphy had that ball controlled, turned, and he was heading towards goal, but just lost the footing and spilled possession. Graham probably just leaned in on top of him. I thought, given the conditions, the referee might just as easily left it go. But fortunate for Doon, and it's Cormac Ryan that's going to step over this one again.
That's Cormac Ryan gets the towel in from the sideline. Gets a wipe as well. He's gained a few metres, and he's allowed to gain a few metres.
It's not often that a free taker opts to go 7 or 8 yards back from where the foul was, but Mike Sexton, the linesman, has reminded him that he had a couple of yards to spare if he wanted.
Could be all important too here, as Cormac Ryan looking to get his second free in the space of just a few minutes. Cormac Ryan with the strike. It's a low, dangerous one, batted out by the Kilmallock defender. I think it was Paddy O'Loughlin. And his brother Philip is out to help as well there. It's a foul on O'Loughlin, and it's Adam English that's in trouble, down injured here again, Jerome.
And you can see in the conditions there again, as Cormac Ryan stood over that one. The S&C coach Breed Herbert was in with the towel, and still, just as he went to pick it, you could see the hurley slipping out of his hands, and just low trajectory, and never really a score on for him. But it looks like Adam English could be in trouble here. Kevin Maher is warming up and looks ready for Doon across the way. Adam has been struggling at various stages throughout the game, and might be finally forced off injured here.
Big loss for Doon if Adam English. We've said it so often this game, Jerome. We saw the impact he made last week for Doon. He's certainly been in the wards.
He's got that X factor, and he's got that bit of pace. Today isn't certainly a day to maybe bring it to full fruition, but even still, he sparkled to win on possession. He's won frees. He's scored frees. and he has looked like he has that X factor, but he certainly is carrying a knock.
Yeah, he's going to continue for the moment, Jerome, but Kevin Maher is certainly warming up quite vigorously over on the far side there. He's gone back into the dugout, so won't be needed as of yet, but maybe something to keep an eye on at half-time here as Barry Hennessy launches this one. It's a good delivery. Barry Hennessy's strikes haven't been damaged too much in this half by the conditions. Battle for possession. Kicked ahead there by Robbie Hanley. Hanley has his hand. Brilliant save for Tomas Lynch. Ball still in play. Goes out for 65. Again, Robbie Hanley didn't try and bounce it, Jerome. He went full shot like Ray Mulcahy did. Went high with it. Tomas Lynch, reactions and things like that, Jerome. And that's an excellent save.
That's an excellent save, yeah. 32 minutes I make it into the contest. No indication of what we have in terms of injury time.
I think I heard Mike Sexton confirm 12, Jerome.
12 would certainly be in the region of what to expect. Great save from young Tomas Lynch there. First year in goals for Doon, and really stood up firm to it. As you said, perhaps Robbie, could have went that little bit lower given the conditions as well. But, nice height for Tomas Lynch. Stood up firm, and that's what you want from your goalkeeper on a day when scores are going to be at a premium.
And the result of that excellent Tomas Lynch save is this 65 for Micheál Ullin. It's the son of Limerick legend Mike, and of course, and a member of John Kiley's All-Ireland winning panel in 2022. Micheál Ullin has struck that one to perfection, Jerome. We're well into injury time as it is, and there's a goal between them yet again.
Good confident finish from me. We've spoken about conditions, but mattered little to Micheál in that occasion. Kept it on target the whole way.
Back with play. It's Doon trying to push this one forward. And Aaron Costello under severe pressure here. Darragh O'Donovan has it. He goes the shot away. Does Darragh O'Donovan? It's going to drop short. Stapleton's in there. Barry Hennessy is off his line quick and has done very well to divert it away from goals, but he's lost possession. And it's Doon trying to pick it up now over there with Adam English. Pulls it, does English. It's going to be still Doon in possession. They're working it back. Adam English can't hold on to it. Finds some help in Jack Cummins. Jack Cummins gets the strike away. And Jack Cummins has got the score too. Brilliant bit of work from Doon.
Yeah, what his brother Patrick can do, Jack can do as well. And that's a good score for the wing back who come in to replace Josh Ryan earlier in the game. Good response to a little bit of momentum from Kilmallock, and that just puts Doon back the 4 points again, 1-5 to 4 points. And as you said, 3-4 minutes into what we think is about 12 of first half injury time at the moment.
Back at play, it's Doon coming out with possession again here. It's Barry Murphy has it. Murphy, beautiful strike towards the free man up there, which is Darragh Stapleton. Stapleton now trying to get a bit of help, has it in the hand. Darragh Stapleton, he's going to try and play it across. It's a good ball towards Eddie Stokes, unable to take it indoors, Eddie Stokes. And it's Kevin O'Donnell that has it for Kilmallock. O'Donnell has been fouled. And Doon the goal came from it, Jerome. They've tried it 3 or 4 times, a little crossfield ball. Nearly, if Eddie Stokes had got that in his hand, could have been another score. Yeah,
it's working well from switching possession from time to time. They're getting good runners on it. Just, I suppose, in the conditions, hard for it to go to hand all the time, but it is something that they've clearly worked on. And given the prowess of different players that they have in their attack, they really do have scores possible from all angles.
Paddy O'Loughlin has gone short to Gavin O'Mahony. O'Mahony goes long with it, it'll bounce around to 21. Great take there by Phelim O'Reilly. Needs a bit of help, does Phelim. He's just snuffed out by Darragh O'Donovan and Richie English combination. And there's a high challenge by Phelim O'Reilly, says referee John O'Halloran. And it's going to be a free to Doon.
They're getting a little bit of the breaks around the place, Doon every now and again, and I think management will be trying to get him to profit in that in terms of the scoreboard. Adam English has the helmet off again, and I think Doon are going to have to make a call on this one. This must be the 4th time he's received treatment in the game, and I think some of the Kilmallock players are just saying it to the referee at the moment as well. Kevin Maher is still going through his warm-up over on the far side for Doon, and unfortunately Adam just seems to be struggling constantly with that knock he picked up earlier on, and hopefully it's not a reoccurrence of the injury that dogged him throughout the season, and certainly in the latter stages in the run-up to the All-Ireland final with Limerick.
Yeah, Adam English has just been down that bit too much, Jerome, hasn't he? And they lost Josh Ryan earlier. They've lost Adam English now. 2 vital players. But it wouldn't surprise me either if we saw Adam English later on in the game as well.
Yeah, certainly. He is limping as he goes off, but a big loss. For them to be missing Josh Ryan and Adam English for the second half, it takes away 2 real armories out of their weaponry.
It's Kevin Maher, the 18-year-old, that is in for Doon now. Kevin Maher, a breakthrough season for him, Jerome, as well. Well, it isn't indeed. It's not Kevin Maher. I think it's Jack Ryan that's come on. So Kevin Maher will continue to warm up.
Kevin Maher is warming up for much of the last 10 minutes over there. Even had the white helmet on, and as you said, they've just opted for Jack Ryan late on.
So back with play again here, and it's inside the Doon full forward line, and Stapleton that has it again, tries that switch of play out towards one of his midfielders. Eddie Stokes again was there, but it was well read by Robbie Hanley, and Kilmallock now through Kevin O'Donnell get the pass away to Houlihan. Micheál Houlihan on the run for Kilmallock, looking at his options downfield, goes to Phelim O'Reilly instead, and it's O'Reilly that delivers up towards Shane O'Brien. O'Brien has it in hand, gets the strike away, and he's put it to the over the bar. It's gone to Moss. Lynch was waving vigorously that it got wide, Jerome. Shane O'Brien doesn't miss ones like that usually.
No, Shane O'Brien doesn't miss them like that, but what about the delivery from Phelim O'Reilly? Great catch from in the conditions, and a lovely diagonal ball then across the full back line into the path of Shane O'Brien, and a great finish from the youngster.
Doon trying to get out of the fence again here. Kevin O'Donnell pulls high, and Barry Murphy's early chop down, says referee John O'Halloran. Hard to disagree with that. It's going to be a free for Doon. Micheál Houlihan protesting to John O'Halloran about that one, but the referee saying there's no problem whatsoever with that one. A clear chop.
Dara Donovan taking this one now after Cormac Ryan taking a couple of earlier ones. So
O'Donovan strikes it, and it's scooped and skied into the air. Further example, one of the best strikers in the country of a ball at times. Dara O'Donovan just unable to get any purchase out of that whatsoever, and it's players slipping and sliding. It's like an ice rink out there at times, Jerome, as Robbie Hanley clears this one downfield. Richie English is going to be the first to it. But it's not, the line has beaten him to it, Jerome, the sideline ball. But just another example there as Dara O'Donovan hit that one, how difficult things are.
Yeah, I think he just tried to cut the ball into it to keep his hands on the hurley, and ended up just topping it. And as you said, a signal of the conditions. It's almost a credit to Micheál Houlihan that the one or two we've seen from him taken so far, he's been really, really good.
It's a good sideline cut there from Doon into the hand of Pat Ryan was the target, but hardly so difficult to get the ball in the hand today for any player. When you do, you've got to make as best a use as you can of it, pulled on. And Jerome, is certainly a lot of old style hurling we're seeing throughout this half. The teams have no other choice. The fanciful 10-metre passes just aren't going to cut it.
No, I don't think there'll be any need for a tactics board at half time or anything like that. It's just go out, dig in deep, win your possession, and try and use it as swiftly as you can.
And it's Doon that have forced another turnover there. Hand pass comes to Jack Ryan. It's his first involvement in the game, and Jack Ryan has sent over a sensational point.
Just the response you want from one of your subs, and they got that call right, certainly, with that return from Jack Ryan, and just edges them the 4 points clear again as we approach what we think will be the half-time whistle. But great score from them, and as you said, forced a turnover. Richie English put the body on the line, turned over possession, and Jack Ryan finished it with aplomb.
It's a 4-point lead for Doon yet again. There is a battle ensues in front of us, and it's Phelim O'Reilly doing well to get a pass away despite the attentions about Pat Ryan and Barry Murphy. Shane O'Brien has it inside now. He's looking out the field, finds a pass in Robbie Hanley. Hanley though couldn't get to that one, wasn't enough purchase on it, and it's Doon that have it through. Eddie Stokes gets a pass away. Barry Murphy plays it up the same line, didn't get a good strike in it. Should be meat and drink for Gavin O'Mahony, and O'Mahony has done very well to get rid of this ball after controlling it well as well. Plays it up long. Darrell O'Donovan is there, backs it down. Aaron Costello whips it. O'Donovan gets a block in, gone out over the sideline again, and Doon remain in a 4-point lead.
Yeah, that's about 10 minutes of injury time that we've played here at the moment, so we're probably about 90 seconds into it at this stage. The mobile phone is telling us that moisture has been detected in your phone, such as the conditions here in Bruff this afternoon, and Screen McCahey just stepping over this one wouldn't be renowned for his line ball, so this one is certainly going to go short.
That's a low one from Mulcahy there for Killian Hayes, but again it's Doon that have come away with possession here, and it's a battle on the ground. Good work from Shane O'Brien, and it ends up in the hands of Micheál Houlihan. Robbie Hanley, good block down from Mikey O'Brien. Tomas Lynch scuttles off his line quickly, got to the ball first, did very well, did the young goalkeeper, didn't come up for him easily. just kept his cool, and Richie English plays it up along the line to Patrick Cummins. It doesn't go to plan though for Doon as Paddy O'Loughlin intercepts. There's a hand on the back of Paddy O'Loughlin, Jerome, and a chance, albeit a very, very difficult one, for Kilmallock to put a goal between the sides yet again.
Yeah, Micheál Hoolan has been good in them so far, and wasn't quite sure initially if it was a line ball or a free, but it looks like it's a free over there in front of linesman Patsy Coffey, and Micheál has been striking them very, very accurate. But as you said, it's really in the lap of the gods in terms of trying to keep your hands on the hurley, drying with the towel there next to Fintan O'Connor, but again, given the conditions, keeping the two hands firmly on the hurley, that's the trick. Micheál strikes them straight, we know that. He is striking it pretty much with the aid of the breeze. Breeze is blowing 2 he's back into the right hand corner from where he is.
So we have now played over the 12 minutes of added time as Micheál Hoolan has struck that one to the right and wide, and looked good for a while, Jerome. Maybe that bit of breeze just headed over the...
Yeah, and that wouldn't be Micheál's style. Micheál likes to keep him low and drive him low over the crossbar, but that one just got a little bit topped.
I hear a few people roaring at Tomas Lynch to get this one. He's not going to be rushing this. Good strike from the Doon goalkeeper out towards midfield. Up goes Micheál Hoolan, plays it down for himself, but he's not going to get that time, and it's well picked up over there by Eddie Stokes. I think it was Jack Cummins indeed, as Pat Ryan plays this one in. May break here for Jack Ryan. Ryan has the ball in his hand, he's under pressure, looking for a bit of help. Plenty of Kilmallock defenders there. They're joined by Cormac Ryan and Dara Stapleton of Doon. Neither side able to come away cleanly with possession as of yet. John O'Halloran allowing play to evolve at the moment at least, and it's just a ruck, would be putting it mildly. It's closed or squeezed out towards Aaron Costello here, and Costello moving it on towards Graham Mulcahy. It's not a good hand pass, but he and Pat Ryan pulling it, Jerome, and neither side able to get a clean handle on the ball.
I think the ball was out of the ruck there for a couple of seconds before the players had even realised it.
I think, Jerome, there was a bit of warmth in the ruck. They were happy to keep it there for a moment or two. It's going to result in a
simple hand pass for Aaron Costello, and just shows in conditions, just couldn't put it to hand to Graham Mulcahy.
Kevin O'Mahony with that sideline ball. It's a great take by Killian Hayes, but the hand pass is blocked down by Chris Thomas. Battle for it again. It's Kevin O'Donnell for Kilmallock that's come away with it, tries to find the pass, and that, Jerome, is the half-time whistle here in Bruff. We've had a deluge of rain, we've had a deluge of wind, and we've had, well, maybe not a deluge of scores, but it's an enthralling contest given the conditions.
Yeah, it's been a massive physical battle, just a war of attrition. Any semblance of hurling has been really, really impossible for both sides. There's absolutely nothing lacking in terms of endeavour and their work rate, but just keeping hands on the hurley, ball going to its intended passes has just proved so difficult for the two sides. But credit to them, they're working, their absolute socks off, and that's all you can ask in a day like today, because as I said, it's not a day for the tactics board or a little quick ball into the corner forward.
No, it's certainly not. I think I heard John O'Halloran there say to the teams as they went off the field, take 15 minutes instead of 10. They may need the 15 minutes, Jerome. It is, well, we've said it throughout the commentary in the first half. These conditions are absolutely horrendous. Either way, it's Doon here in Bruff that lead on a 1-6 to 5-point scoreline in the Bon Secours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship semi-final here in Bruff. They lead Kilmallock 1-6 to 5. Join us for the second half shortly. Welcome back to Bruff for the second half of the Sponsor Cures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship semi-final, where Doon have a half-time lead of 1-6 to 5 points. Conditions have not improved at this juncture at the start of the second half. It's Kilmallock and Doon battling for possession there, and it's Phelan O'Reilly that's been adjudged to have fouled Eddie Stokes there, while Robbie Hanley and Patrick Cummins getting to know each other. Jerome O'Connell joins me again for the second half. Jerome,
I was tempted to go home, to be honest.
Things haven't gotten any easier for the teams. They haven't gotten any easier for us in the commentary area either.
Wind and rain just absolutely continuing to swirl away, and just as we started the opening half, we've got a lot of players squaring up to each other on and off the ball here in the opening couple of moments. Hopefully we can try and get the two teams to have a little bit of flow to this second half. Very much an awful start-stop first half. Conditions the dominant factor. An intriguing contest, tight, tough, physical contest, but not so much in the hurling stakes.
As Darragh O'Donovan strikes this one, it's going to be dropping short from O'Donovan's batted down there. Falls to Pat Ryan. Ryan goes for it. Brilliant save, Barry Hennessy. The deflection, Jerome, the rebound. Was it Jack Ryan or was it Barry Murphy?
I think it's Barry Murphy that's going back out here, and
first time.
Just probably needed to get over the ball a little bit. Ended up kind of just scooping it over the bar, but you have to put that down as a goal chance for Doon.
Yes, Doon that have got the only goal of the game, courtesy of Dara Stapleton in the opening half. But it's them that have got into a 5-point lead, and could have been so much more, but they'll settle for that point as Barry Hennessy launches this one high and long. Beats a couple of players, but it's into the hurl and hand of Oisin O'Reilly. It's flicked away from him, and it's Doon now trying to come away with play. It's Darragh O'Donovan, intercepted by Kevin O'Donnell, wearing number 33 in this second half. Is Kevin O'Donnell. May not have had another number 9 in the set of jerseys. There'll be inquests over that, I'm sure, and that'll be for another day. Kilmallock won't care a jot if they can get back into this game. One sub at half time, Jerome. Robbie Egan in for Killian Hayes for Kilmallock.
Big physical presence to him, saw him lastly out, and he looked back on form for Kilmallock. Went in at full forward, but seems to be maybe just drifting out the field. They seem to be isolating Shane O'Brien inside at full forward. But it's a 5-point lead for Doon now. It's a game where we're not going to have a lot of scores, so Kilmallock will be looking to try and get on the scoreboard as soon as they can.
Yes, they will here. It's going to be a sideline ball here, and Darragh O'Donovan taking great care with this one. Darragh O'Donovan, that's why he did it. Took great care, and Pat Ryan keeps it in play. Teddy O'Loughlin going back to try and win it. Falls over though. Another Kilmallock player, and Gavin O'Mahony falling over illegally though, according to referee John O'Halloran. He's been fouled, and it's going to be a free. And it's going to be a free out for Kilmallock. Barry Hennessy coming over to take it, Jerome. Conditions haven't eased in any way, shape or form. It's going to be more of the same.
Yeah, the breeze has picked up a little bit. That's quite noticeable, and I'm just wondering if it's almost been dragged back up towards the clubhouse end, which would be a small little bit of a change from the opening half. But there certainly is a stronger breeze, and it is coming back across towards the stand side.
Evident in the way Barry Hennessy hit that free. The ball just came up, kind of held in the wind, got away from. Wasn't a great strike, but it may work out for Kilmallock. With Graham Mackay with the strike. Graham Mackay from that distance throw, he's not going to miss.
No, that's the swagger of Graham Mackay that we're used to, and made light of the conditions there onto the breaking ball from his centre forward position and swung it over perfectly.
That's another one for Kilmallock. So we're back to where we were at the start of the game here. The puck out comes from Tomas Lynch. It's Paddy O'Loughlin that wins it under severe pressure from Cormac Ryan. Gets the pass away, and it's Gavin O'Mahony's clearance for Kilmallock. Oisin O'Reilly battling for this one. Gets out there first. Does Oisin, waits for the hand pass, stagger step into Graham Mulcahy. He's looking for another one here. He's not fouled by Darragh O'Donovan. He's taking it into contact. Richie English, Chris Thomas and Darragh O'Donovan trying to win it for Doon. Mulcahy still battling for it though, and John O'Halloran decides, well, I've had enough, I've seen enough of that. We're going to throw the ball in. And hard to blame the Rory man for that. He's throwing the ball in. It's Darragh O'Donovan, who's been excellent, and he's been fouled. Flick it Hurley across the face. I think it was indeed Kevin O'Donnell. That's the man blown up by the referee. It's going to be a free for Doon.
You mentioned Darragh O'Donovan. He's been very prominent in the early couple of minutes here, winning some key balls for Doon and trying to get them on the forward foot.
A free taken here. Barry Murphy tries to get a Hurley to it. Under pressure there though by Gavin O'Mahony and indeed Dan Joy. Jack Ryan is in there for Doon as well. First half substitute for Adam English, half injured. Josh Ryan carried off on the stretcher. Here are the two substitutions for Doon. from their starting team, but it's going to be Gavin O'Mahony. He clears it high, clears it long. Battle for this one. O'Donovan goes up with the hurley, does enough, and it's good work from Mikey O'Brien. Didn't come up for him, just scoops it to Richie English. Plays a lovely pass across to Patrick Cummins. Cummins plays this one low, it's a good one. Dara Stapleton's on the run. Goal chance maybe on here. There's a man inside, flicked on, and it's flicked on brilliantly by D. Coleman, and Doon have a second goal. They worked the ball up the field brilliantly there, Jerome, and Coleman with the first time finish.
It's a great finish from Dean Coleman. It's very, very slack marking in the Kilmallock defence. Dara Stapleton was all alone, right in the heart of the defence. Took the possession on, passed it to Dean Coleman, and great finish from Dean Coleman. And really backs to the wall stuff for Kilmallock now.
Now Doon in firm control of this game due to those two goals. One in either half. The first half one coming from Stapleton. He turned provider with that one for Dean Coleman. Kilmallock with a massive mountain to climb here as Robbie Hanley flicks this one ahead of him. Played back by Oisin O'Reilly to Robbie Hanley, but Doon are there in numbers. Pressure comes on from Patrick Cummins. Beautiful turnover on that far side. And Kilmallock with Oisin O'Reilly have it. O'Reilly on the wing. Hand passes it inside to Micheál Hoolan. He's got O'Reilly on the shoulder again. They may go for goal themselves. It's back to Oisin O'Reilly. O'Reilly steps in. He's been tripped. And I think it's outside the 14-metre line, Jerome. From our vantage point here, it looks to be just a free.
And how many times have we seen Oisin O'Reilly bearing down on goal like that? And I was waiting to see the net bulging, but challenge came in, and as you said, is it just outside the square, or are we going for a penalty? I haven't seen a direct indication yet from John Donovan or from John O'Halloran, the referee. There is a yellow card for someone inside there for the challenge on Oisin O'Reilly.
Yeah, we'll just need a bit of confirmation there, but more worryingly, I think for Doon again, Jerome, they've another man down injured. It's another key player in Barry Murphy.
Yeah, another one of their players that has been carrying a knock throughout the championship, and
yeah, we're certainly going to have another delay here. And Barry, I'm not sure if it's too serious. He seems to be trying to get up at least, Jerome. So they will restart with that free for Kilmallock. It is outside the 14-metre line, so Micheál Hoolan
chance for them to get back on the scoreboard and put the two goals between them, but they do need to start eating into that lead now. And Doon, to their credit, have carried a greater goal threat throughout the game. We haven't really seen Kilmallock get through. Tomas Lynch stood up for a good save earlier from Robbie Hanley, wasn't it? But aside from that, they haven't really got their full forward line into key scoring areas.
No, they have not. It's, as a result, Doon have those two goals to Kilmallock's none, and they're proving absolutely crucial at this stage. Barry Murphy, Jerome, is okay to continue for the moment, at least something we'll have to keep an eye on as well, though, as Hoolan lines this one up. No problem for Micheál Hoolan with that strike. Another score for Kilmallock, and they've badly needed it, Jerome, as you mentioned, sorry, 2 goals between the sides.
Yeah, 277 points, 10 just coming into the 10th minutes of the second half. Great position for Doon at the moment.
6-point lead could prove crucial here as Doon have possession ahead. It's kicked ahead, I should say, there by Patrick Cummins. And only as far as Paddy O'Loughlin. He gives it in long, does O'Loughlin. Shane O'Brien is up there, puts the hand up, unable to gather it cleanly though. And Doon are back there, Chris Thomas. The ball gets stuck in the mud. Just further evidence
ball
that
got
we
stuck in
needed
the mud, and just 60 yards out the field, I just saw Phelim O'Reilly trying to turn to run forward and just slipped totally, no one unmarked, just slipped into conditions.
Again, it's Doon that coming away with it. And just so often, Jerome, they've used the ball better so often in the game as Pat Ryan goes off on a run. He's on the 65-metre line, decides to flick it across. Barry Murphy wasn't expected. He's done well to win it. He may find Pat Ryan with it again. Ryan in a bit of space after excellent work from Barry Murphy. It's back to Murphy again. They're having their own little game, or Pat Ryan and Barry Murphy. The result is another point for Doon, and that's a 7-point lead, Jerome. Excellent bit of play from the two Limerick players.
Yeah, and I think it's very, very noticeable. Barry Murphy was limping very, very badly throughout that exchange, and looks like he's going to be forced off. And if I'm not mistaken, is that Adam English that's coming back into the fray for Doon once again over there on the far side?
Yeah, conditions are getting harder for us to see, but wearing number 21, he came off in that first half injured. I did mention Jerome, it wouldn't surprise me if I did see him back in the game. That's exactly what we've seen. You lose a player in Barry Murphy, but if you can bring on a relatively okay Adam English, it's a massive, massive boost for Doon.
Yeah, it is, and they're certainly in the ascendancy now. That great little score there again from him. The feature of the 10 minutes so far, Dara Donovan has been a really, really key player, a great link player for him, winning possession and setting them on the forward foot. Pat Ryan, Barry Murphy there, great composure to work that score.
Kilmallock with it all to do here in Brough as Darragh O'Donovan yet again comes away with one. Darragh O'Donovan having a fine game, but Graham Mulcahy is in to dislodge a bit of the ball, and it's a battle once again. It's ferocious, and that is Adam English not wearing number 21 in the second half that he was in the first when he was on. He's wearing 31. Another huge battle in front of us here, and it's a Kilmallock ball, says Patsy Coffey. Kilmallock ball, and Jerome, it's getting touchy. You can understand it's so much at stake. And there's plenty of things happening on the ball and off it as well.
Yeah, it's been like that from the very, very beginning, I suppose. High stakes, two sides that know each other so well, added into the conditions and the factors that the scores have been really, really at a premium. As you said, emotions have been high on both sides.
Sideline ball yet to be taken here by Gavin O'Mahony. John O'Halloran telling plenty of players to move back away from it. It's Gavin O'Mahony. Do well to keep his feet on this one, just could not get any solid connection on that. And Richie English comes through. Adam English, I should say. Adam English has been played, Barge and Jerome. Well, the Doon crowd behind us here in the stand certainly love that bit of play.
Yeah, they're loving it, and as we said, every single ball here is hard fought and merited when it's won, and an opportunity for them again to launch the ball in. It's Dara Donovan's going to stand over it. They've got Dean Coleman and Jack Ryan inside in the full forward line waiting for delivery if it chops short. But every single ball you win, it's been cheered, and rightly so, because it's hard won.
Yeah, Darragh O'Donovan switches it to the run of Pat Ryan. Dean Coleman is over there as well, but Kilmallock should come away with it. And it's number 17 on the Kilmallock side. Didn't see that substitute come on. It is Paddy O'Brien that is on for Kilmallock. In this second half, we'll try and confirm that one as soon as we can. Jerome, yes. I didn't see who came off. Is it Aaron Costello?
Not quite sure. Paddy O'Brien is certainly in, and I see Conor Handley Clark has just been readied for action now as well, and he's in replacing Hall Houlihan, who's been out injured for a number of weeks.
Well, it looks like Aaron Costello, unless I've missed something, is the man that's gone off for Kilmallock. We didn't see that sub being made. I'm going to have to check that one with John O'Halloran after the game, Jerome. But Conor Handley Clark is on for Kilmallock for me. Hall Houlihan was a doubt as Richie English misses that one. It's Robbie Egan that's there for Kilmallock. Under pressure, does well to try and force it, but didn't get it into the hand in the first time. He has it in the hand now. As Robbie Egan loses his footing at Doon yet again so often in the second half so far. They've come away with it. Only initially those they've been pickpocketed by Shane O'Brien. O'Brien with Cormac Ryan on his shoulder. Shane O'Brien gets the shot away. Jerome, we're not going to see too many better scores than that.
That's a great score from Shane O'Brien, and given the conditions as well. And I've got to say it, badly needed for Kilmallock, and I think what they need to do now is get inside this 6-point lead, try and cut it down to 5 and get the next score.
Yeah, 2-8 to 8 points here in the Bonsecours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship semi-final, and it's Doon that have that 6-point lead over Kilmallock. Of course, the winners of today face a final appearance against Na Piarsaigh on October 30th. Na Piarsaigh 123 to 9-point victors over South Liberties and Kilmallock yesterday. Conditions weren't amazing there. They're certainly easing a little bit, Jerome, is it fair to say?
Yeah, conditions were certainly a lot better yesterday. The rain isn't as heavy here anymore, but the underfoot conditions now are very, very slippy for both sides. And look, Doon are in the position now. They've been in 2 county finals recent times against Na Piarsaigh. Didn't come out the way they would have wanted out of both of those, but they've certainly got the bit between their teeth now. They're 15 minutes from a final whistle here, and they've got a 2-8 to 8 points lead.
It's Doon very, very much in the strong position, as Jerome O'Connell mentions. There's a man down over on that far side. I think it's Patrick Cummins, who's, as Jerome O'Connell also mentioned earlier, an excellent season so far, excellent campaign so far for Doon.
Yeah,
One wanted to finish now, but
may have been Kevin O'Donnell, I think, that actually made way for Paddy O'Brien coming into the Kilmallock team. Aaron Costello has moved into midfield, and Paddy O'Brien into wing back.
Concussion sub, I think, is the call here Doon are making. Just waiting to confirm who it is. It's not Patrick Cummins, Jerome. I think it might be Chris Thomas, that the man that's coming off here.
Could be Mikey O'Brien, is it, that has...
Could indeed, it's Mikey
O'Brien has just been forced off. And
it's concussion sub, though, I can't confirm that.
Not quite
We're just
Not
waiting
quite
to
sure
see
who's going to come in this time.
We'll confirm that one as soon as we have it here in Bruff. It's going to be puck out from Tomas Lynch after that excellent Shane O'Brien score. And it's Paddy O'Loughlin that has it. So O'Loughlin needs a bit of help, just flicks it over the shoulder. Anywhere will do at that moment for him. And Doon are in there now trying to win possession. It's Eddie Stokes. Stokes on the run, just gets it away. Pat Ryan will pulling it. Just a little flick and Stokes is onto it again. Good challenge though from Paddy O'Brien, but at the third attempt Eddie Stokes has had it. Threw the ball up. Threw the ball, looking for the hand pass. Was Eddie Stokes, didn't come off, threw the ball, said John O'Halloran, and that's going to be a free in for Kilmallock.
It's Dermot Cummins that is into the Doon defence now, so that's Dermot, Patrick and Jack Cummins all in the defensive six for Doon at this present moment in time.
So it's Barry Hennessy with this one. Hennessy with a better strike than he took his last free in around the 14-metre line. Plenty of players up there. Doon will want this ball away from their goal as quickly as possible. Kilmallock have it. No foul coming here. Ball's gone across, it's pulled on, and it's away. Doon have it in the hand. It's Darragh O'Donovan who has it. So often, Jerome, in this game, it's been Darragh O'Donovan moving away with the ball. He's eventually tackled, but it's 45 metres away from where it was 5 seconds previous. Mulcahy is in there. No foul, says the referee. And it's Dermot Cummins that has it, wearing 17, just on as that substitute for Mikey O'Brien. Not the best of clearances, hard to criticise though, as Paddy O'Loughlin plays it across to Phelan O'Reilly, and Phelan O'Reilly has sent that one over the bar. We've a fight-back game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the response to Kilmallock wanted. You know, they had to get the next score, try and ease into that 2-goal lead. They've got it back to 5 now. They'll look to try and get a little bit of momentum.
Indeed, they will. 2-8 to 9 points here in favour of Doon as Tomas Lynch. He's certainly going to take his time with this one. Dermot Cummins remains on the field for Mikey O'Brien here. And it's aimed towards Adam English. Paddy O'Loughlin got the hand to it. That one goes out over the end line. And it's going to be a sideline ball for Doon. Adam English over it. Darragh O'Donovan asks him, does he want to leave it to me? And the answer is yes. Jerome, just a quick mention on Darragh O'Donovan, just very quickly. He's been in outstanding form today.
Particularly the second half, I think he's really dug in his heels. He's come out with an awful lot of possession, used it intelligently, that's the thing. He's just laid it off to their loose man.
Darragh O'Donovan, well, he took a bit even off that one to find a pass in towards Pat Ryan, but Paddy O'Loughlin has really started to come into the game for Kilmallock. Plays it across to the brother Mark, and it's back to Philip as well. And it looks like he picked it off the ground. John O'Halloran is saying, not from where I was looking anyway, and it's Kilmallock failing to get the ball clear. They've eventually got it through Gavin O'Mahony. No surprise to see Gavin is the man who gets the clearance away. Back towards Richie English though after hurley of Phelan O'Reilly. And Phelan O'Reilly with an absolutely needless foul on Richie English. The Doon captain was going nowhere there, Jerome, and you can imagine Fintan O'Connor, Paul Tobin and O'Reilly will be doing their absolute nut with that.
Yeah, well, you can blame the conditions for a lot, but that time just Phelan, just a lack of concentration there, and just dived in, I guess, when, you know, balls are so hard won and they've got themselves in the forward foot. All he had to try and do was stand up Richie and try and force a turnover.
So it's Darragh O'Donovan with the free, aim towards that wing again, towards Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan has got to it first. He's done very well as Jack Ryan. He's up against two of the O'Loughlin brothers of the tree. Jack Ryan plays, it's blocked down by Paddy. I think it wasn't, it was Mark. And it's back to Paddy O'Brien. Paddy doesn't look, it's just got rid of it. It's only towards Darragh O'Donovan, probably the one player he didn't want it to go to. O'Donovan flicks it inside. Chance for Dermot Cummins. It's Cummins with the strike. It's going to drop. Well, it's going to drop to the right and wide. Just Jerome, I think he slipped as he hit it. It's another wide for Doon. Just unlucky there, Dermot Cummins. He was in the right place. He was in front of the goals, 50 metres out, but just slipped as he hit it.
Just worked the shot, I suppose. Yeah, and as you said again, Darragh O'Donovan very instrumental in that passage of play again.
Another instrumental player is Richie English. There's been a clash though of a Kilmallock and Doon player, and there's players down injured there. So it's Jack Cummins and I think it's Robbie Egan.
Robbie Egan from Kilmallock, yeah, and
I think it was just a complete clash thrown, both players running for the ball.
Just a clash, yeah, and referee just blown up for checking on the safety of the two players, nothing more than that. And again, conditions not helping when the two players just trying to challenge for the ball.
They will restart with an indirect free for Doon. Again, Darragh O'Donovan the man over, but Darragh O'Donovan and Richie English really stepping up to the plate now for Doon.
Yeah, like county semi-final, 10-15 minutes to go. You want your big players stepping up and showing leadership, and credit Darragh O'Donovan and Richie English. That's what they've done so far in this second half. You know, every ball is hard won in the conditions. These are the big, strong, physical players. They're winning the ball and they're using clever. So just what their management would have wanted.
So Donovan now plays this one. It's a beautiful ball to Adam English. Touch is good from English. Manages to keep it in play, but last touch coming off Paddy O'Loughlin. It's going to be a Doon sideline ball. And Darragh Donovan Jerome is in the centre of everything. He took that free and he's going to try and take this sideline despite Adam English setting it up. And Jerome, all of a sudden, Doon are taking their time with every little break in play. And John O'Halloran is telling them, from what I can hear anyway, to hurry things up, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Given the conditions and the low scoring, Kilmallock aren't winning this without scoring a goal, you've got to think.
So it's Darragh Donovan with this sideline ball, well capable of putting over the bar on a normal day, and this one, the strike is very, very good as well, but it's just gone way to the right and wide. Connection was good, finish not the best, as Barry Hennessy looking to take this one quickly. But he's going to have to slow it down. The movement of where he wanted his players to be just wasn't where Kilmallock needed him. Barry Hennessy goes long, goes towards Robbie Egan and Chris Thomas, and it's Richie English with just a vital flick away. No surprise to see it land at the path of Darragh Donovan. Pat Ryan is trying to win it, but doesn't. And it's good work over there by, I think it was Robbie Hanley, indeed it was. This one's played in. It's going to be a free in as well. Richie English with the foul on Aaron Costello, and Costello hits him a shoulder. I think Richie knew exactly what he was doing there, and John O'Halloran motioning for Richie to just get back up on your feet there. Nothing of that, and Conor Hanley-Clark is going to take over the free-taking duties here for Kilmallock. Big, this one over, 4-point game.
Big free for Kilmallock. You've got to think if they can cut it down to 4 points, and first free for Conor Handley after coming in as well.
First touch of the ball. Yeah,
tricky one for him, to get into it, take his time over it and try and hold that Hurley firm. But big moment for Kilmallock, I think, if they can cut it to 4.
And the call from John O'Halloran telling a few players 8 minutes of normal time left as Conor Hanley-Clark makes no mistake with that free. And we now have a scoreline 2-8 to 10 points, 14-10 in favour of Doon in the Sponsor-Cures Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship semi-final game here in Bruff. As we mentioned, Napier Wait, the winners of this game, and it's Tomas Lynch getting ready to take this puck out. Gets a good strike, and it does Lynch. It will go past midfield. And in the end it holds up, but it's only held up as far as Richie English with a lovely ball into the stride of Pat Ryan, and Ryan on the run. Maybe the only player in the field that could catch him is Oisin O'Reilly. Oisin O'Reilly has done brilliantly there to help dispossess the Doon number 11 as Kilmallock coming away with the clearance. Gavin O'Mahony with the ball up the field. Great bit of work though from the Doon defence. First time up, it's Darragh Donovan gets the flick. Conor Hanley-Clark though has kicked it ahead for Kilmallock. A rush job. Chris Thomas goes in, Shane O'Brien goes in. 2 Kilmallock players, 2 Doon players fighting for the ball, and then it descends into a ruck that Shane O'Brien comes away with possession. No free coming for Shane O'Brien initially. Eventually it comes Jerome. A chance for Conor Hanley-Clark with 7 minutes of regular time remaining to put a goal between the sides.
Yeah, and credit to Conor there as well. Lost his hurley earlier in that, but kept going, kicked possession forward. Shane O'Brien came out. Any other day Shane O'Brien has controlled that and he's turned around the corner, but he kept fighting for it, and eventually bodies in there from Doon. The hand went in, drew the foul. Pretty much the same spot from where Conor Handley had his previous one.
Yeah, substitute for Doon. It's Bob Purcell coming on for Dara Stapleton. So Bob Purcell's gone in wearing number 24 for Doon, former Limerick minor player. As Conor Hanley-Clark, a current, last year, this season's on Limerick under 20 goalkeeper. Conor Hanley-Clark with this strike. He's already hit one, he's hit 2 now, has he? Indeed he has, no mistake from Conor Hanley-Clark. A 3-point game, Jerome, and well, it's gone into the Oxford English Dictionary maybe in the last week or so, but squeaky bum time maybe for Doon.
Yeah, it certainly is. That's 4 in a row now for Kilmallock, and they're putting on the pressure.
Good puck out from Tomas Lynch, the Doon goalkeeper. Develops into ruck. Adam English has done amazingly well to come away with that, and he's done amazingly well to win a free. Jerome, you need your big players to step up. Adam English did it last week when needed. He's won a vital possession here for Doon, even if a score doesn't come from it.
And it's something similar to the quarter-final in Kilmallock where against Kildime Pallaskinry, where they were after getting a couple of runs of scores. Puck out came down his way, he won it on that occasion. Better ground conditions, he skipped around the attackers and scored a lovely point. But that's a crucial ball to win, and again, just what they needed, because Kilmallock were coming with a bit of a surge.
Right on the 65-metre line. Is this free for Darragh O'Donovan? Vital part of the game. So Donovan with the strike. It's a beautiful strike from O'Donovan, but does it have the accuracy? It does indeed. What a score from Darragh O'Donovan. Jerome, he took a bit of pace off the ball. He opted to hit it into the wind and leave a carry over the crossbar. Doesn't come much better than that.
And again, a great show of leadership from Darragh. If there's one word in the second half, just have to say he's been a true leader.
It's Kilmallock and Richie English. Kilmallock on the attack. English just gets a hurley to it. And Doon have come away yet again. Chris Thomas just trying to get it away from Kilmallock players at the moment. Battle for it is coming to the hands of Graham Mulcahy. Mulcahy hits it in long. Dangerous ball. Tommy Hayes is there. Aaron Costello's broken. Richie English is there though. Oisin O'Reilly trying to get to the ball. Shoots! Saved by Tomas Lynch. Over the bar it goes. He went for goal with Oisin. Somehow for the second time today, Tomas Lynch has got a hurley to it, Jerome. Pure reactions from the keeper. He's done brilliantly to keep it at a 3-point.
That's a great save from him, yeah. And you know, if we feel Kilmallock are going to need a goal, that could have been the chance, because just before that, the ball had broke in over the back as well, and it was Aaron Costello that ended up inside there, where Shane O'Brien perhaps should have been there. But you know, great save from Tomas Lynch. Not the first time he's saved today either.
And it's a pushing it back over on that far side. Another free for Doon. They lead 2-9 to 12 points, 15 to 12. We're deep into the final stages here in Kilmallock. Jerome, we mentioned it off air, maybe at half time, the talk of extra time. Kilmallock probably need a goal in that stage before, so, but a chance for Darragh O'Donovan again. Probably maybe favouring him a little bit with the wind coming over to the stand side.
Yeah, he's after hitting the last one well, so the confidence will be high. You know, I think about the 4 minutes to go, plus stoppages, whatever that would be. But if they can push it back out to 4 points again, it would be a great score for Doon.
And Adam English has gone on a run here as well. It hasn't been spotted initially by Kilmallock. Darragh had no intention of playing that one. This one has been he had to deal with it, Gavin O'Mahony. Don't think he got any call from his goalkeeper Barry Hennessy there, and O'Mahony, to use all his experience, just batted away out of initial danger. And it's Kilmallock that come away with the ball. Phelan O'Reilly has it, strikes it long, deep into the Doon forward, and touch from Conor Hanley Clark. And it's Conor Hanley Clark trying to win it there. Chris Thomas though, with his Limerick under 20 teammate, just getting the ball away from the danger zone. Not for the first time either here. Maybe a chance here for Oisin O'Reilly. Adam English with the block, and a gorgeous pick up the match. Adam English with sensational play here, but Doon still haven't got the ball away. Kilmallock still there. Doon have it once more though, and it's cleared away downfield by Patrick Cummins. Patrick Cummins plays it towards Dean Coleman. Paddy O'Brien is fouled by Dean Coleman, and conversely 10 minutes or so, Jerome, Phelan O'Reilly made a silly foul that we said would drive the Kilmallock management mad, and so we've seen the same thing there from Dean.
Yeah, and I've seen guys fail to roll lifted. I've seen guys fail to jab lifted, but we've just seen Adam English just flick it up off the turf, and I'm not quite sure how he found the only dry patch in Brough, but a delightful pick up from him in the conditions.
Yeah, wonderful stuff from Adam English. I suppose more importantly from their point of view, we got the block on Oisin O'Reilly just before that as well. As
big chance to make it a 2-point game now again though.
Yeah, it's Conor Hanley Clark just outside the 65-metre line. I think we've another 8 minutes of play here in Kilmallock, as that one from Conor Hanley Clark goes to the left and wide. So I think John O'Halloran intimating there's 8 minutes fully left here as Kevin Maher comes into the fray for Doon. And it's going to be Dean Coleman. Well, that's the reward for Dean Coleman after giving away that free. So Kevin Maher on. 6 minutes is the corrected
6 minutes
from John O'Halloran telling his linesmen.
Still quite a lot with 12 in the first half. Didn't quite think there was a 6 here, but yeah, still all to play for a 3-point game, 6 minutes.
Absolutely nothing in this game. Then goals, just the difference between the side. As Phelan O'Reilly is off on a run here for Kilmallock. They need a score, they need one badly. Phelan O'Reilly keeps going with it, gets the hand pass away. A Doon hand got in there though, and it was Patrick Cummins, I think, was the man who just stopped that Kilmallock attack. Certainly initially here, as the players get more and more tricky, as Darragh O'Donovan takes that pass in from Dermot Cummins, and it's gone to Cormac Ryan. Cormac though unable to win it cleanly for Doon, and a ruck develops here, and away come Doon yet again. Dermot Cummins, what an introduction he's proved to be. Bob Purcell has it, needs a bit of help as Bob Purcell, he's lost the hurley. In comes Jack Ryan to help him out, and Jack Ryan has it in the hand, he gets the pass away again. Eddie Stokes has it. Smart here from Doon at the moment. Adam English playing in his half back line. Switches play towards Bob Purcell. Mark O'Loughlin gets a hurley to it. Under pressure from Bob Purcell. And they're pulling the jersey from Bob Purcell. A needless one. And a chance for Gavin Amandi to launch one. And he launched one quickly here from his own 65 metre line. Gavin strikes it. Gonna drop on the 21. Shane O'Brien has a foul on Shane O'Brien by Tommy Hayes. Jerome, well, there's a few minutes left. Could they go for it?
Would you be tempted? I think given the handling conditions and things like that, you know, trying to get your hands on early, I think you take the point and make it a 2-point game. There is time given the 6 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, there is plenty of time left here. And we're having a little issue here. Jimmy Quilty is on the field. He's been told to leave by John
he's been asked to.
Robbie Egan tried to help him along, and that upset Richie and Adam English. So
I think the referee just move in here and get the two mentors off the field. Absolutely no reason for either of them to be on the field to play.
John Halloran taking control of this, and sadly been forced into take control of it. With mentors on the field. They will restart with a Conor Hanley-Clark looking for score number 3 since he was introduced. Hanley-Clark pops it over a bar. Jerome, we have a 2-point game. We're set up for a grandstand finish here in Bruff.
And dare we say it, there is extra time and penalties if it comes to it, but still a body of work to be done by Kilmallock. You know, the scores, 3 minutes to play.
Puck out comes from Tomas Lynch, bounces in front of Adam English. English does superbly to win it. He's blocked down over Graham Mulcahy. Challenge on Mulcahy from Adam English. Gives Conor Hanley-Clark another chance to put just the bare minimum between the sides. If Conor Hanley-Clark can put this one over the bar. So 2-point game here in Bruff. Doon 2-9. Kilmallock 13 points. There's very, very little time left here. Conor Hanley-Clark, Jerome. It's a must-score one. You'd have to think.
Has to score it.
Sad to hear some of the jeering behind us from the Doon crowd. Never like to hear that as Conor Hanley-Clark strikes it. And he struck it to the left and wide. It's a wide ball from Conor Hanley-Clark. Just in these conditions, Jerome, ball didn't come up well.
Absolutely can't fault any individual player for any error or anything like that in the conditions we've had here today.
Tomas Lynch with the puck out, sends it long, well into the middle of midfield, and Graham Mulcahy is there. Diarmuid Cummins has come out with possession yet again. He's got the strike away as well. Over towards that near side, and a battle foot race between Paddy O'Loughlin and Kevin Maher. O'Loughlin at one, it got it back to Gavin O'Mahony into the middle. It's pulled on by Eddie Stokes in the middle. Diarmuid Cummins is there as well, foraging for possession. So was Cormac Ryan, and Cormac Ryan plays it back to Darragh O'Donovan. Run with it is the call for Darragh. That's exactly what Darragh O'Donovan has done. Still going with it to put Doon into a county final. The strike goes to the right and wide. Still low, Jerome. It's taken up a good 20 seconds.
Wide is as good as the score, as they say at this stage.
Hennessy has launched this one quickly. It's Kilmallock that have it with Paddy O'Brien. O'Brien sends it into the middle. Richie English gets the hurley to it. Aaron Costello slips. English gives it across to the namesake Adam. Adam English on the run out. Twists and turns past a couple of Kilmallock players to Richie English. Back to Adam again. Where's this energy coming from? Adam English plays it long, plays it deep towards Bob Purcell. Purcell, all he needs to do is hold the ball up there. That's exactly what he's done initially. And Pat Ryan is there. There's a foul on a Kilmallock player. Surely Jerome are near time up.
Yeah, it must be near time up. It's hard to tell without any stopwatches or anything here. I think we started at 5:31. I make it. We've played 34 minutes, so we could technically have another 90 seconds here.
Indeed we could, as Gavin O'Mahony lines this one up. So O'Mahony about to take this one. There's another sub on there for Doon. We'll try and confirm that in a moment. Number 23 is Gareth Thomas is on for Doon. It's in for Kevin Maher. That one's gone high and it's gone long. Tomas Lynch pulled out by Conor Hanley-Clark. It's still there. Doon get it off the line. Still there. Goal for Kilmallock. Kilmallock have got the goal. 2-9 to 113. And it's Robbie Egan for Kilmallock as he put him into the county final. Tomas Lynch batted the ball out. It was worked across to Robbie Egan, and Egan has done it. Maybe here for Kilmallock. Paddy O'Loughlin has the ball. moves forward with it. It looked all the money that Doon had sealed it. The ball in the back of the net from Robbie Egan. It's gone out over the sideline here. And it's going to be throwing ball by John O'Halloran and Jerome. Unbelievable drama here in Bruff.
It was going to be a goal-mouth scramble, and Robbie Egan kept going in there and kicked it to the net.
Have to talk as well about that delivery from Gavin O'Mahony. He's such a dangerous ball in these conditions. There's a man down here for Kilmallock as well. I think it's Phelan O'Reilly. That is a man down injured. John O'Halloran says we're moving this one on quickly here. The ball's thrown in. Darrell Donovan trying to win it. So is Conor Hanley-Clark. On the ball is the call from John O'Halloran. Neither side able to win it cleanly until Dermot Cummins has it. And Dermot Cummins is 1 of 3 for Doon. Jerome, surely the last throw of the dice.
Has to be. Surely give him one more go of it. I make it. We're just into 6 minutes now.
The sub coming on for Kilmallock now as well. So it's going to be Darrell Donovan to take it. No jump sub on for Kilmallock.
It looks from this angle maybe it's David Wolfe that's coming into the fray, and I'd say it's Oisín O'Reilly that's struggling with the injury that's making way.
Yeah, it's Oisín O'Reilly that was down, not Phelan. But that goal from Robbie Egan could have won this game for Kilmallock. It's struck by Darrell O'Donovan. It's inside there. It may break for Doon. It may break for Kilmallock. Looks to have broken for neither side at the moment. And battle for it, and it's Kilmallock that have it. It's played out to none other than Graham Mulcahy. Mulcahy launches downfield. Only to Darrell O'Donovan. O'Donovan with maybe a chance to send this game to extra time. O'Donovan with the strike. It's gone to the left and wide. And that's the full-time whistle. It's not the full-time whistle, I'd say. I thought it was. Jerome, that's surely it.
Yeah, and he caught it really, really well. Absolutely no fault to Darrell Donovan if Doon are to fall short on this one.
So it's Barry Hennessy with the puck out. That is the full-time whistle. Kilmallock are into the county final for 2022. The goal deep into injury time from Robbie Egan has sent the 2021 Bonsecours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Champions into the final yet again. We've had drama, we've had spills, Jerome, we've had absolutely everything. But Robbie Egan's goal has won this game for Kilmallock on a 113-2-9 scoreline. Absolutely sensational scenes here in Bruff. Heartbreak for Doon indeed, of course. But it's Kilmallock that will face Na Piarsaigh in the 2022 Bonsecours Hospital Limerick Senior Hurling Championship final. Jerome, I'm going to take a breath here after that crazy last couple of minutes. Try and sum that one up, if you can.
I'm just trying to look through the rain-sodden notes here. I think they scored 8 of the last 9 scores, including the goal to come all the way back. Do you know what? It's heartbreaking for either side to lose in the conditions. They didn't get a chance to show what they're fully made of. An incredible struggle from both sides. Really gave it their all. Worked so hard for it. Incredible. To be honest, I don't think either side deserved to lose it given the conditions. Absolutely nothing between them. You'd love to see both sides go again, but come here, what about the champions? That's what champions do. They keep going to the end, and they got there.
They emptied the bench as well, Jerome, not just Robbie Egan, who will get all the headlines, I'm sure, for that goal, but did massive contributions. Paddy O'Brien over in that right wing in the second half. You know, plenty of others as well, but we have to talk about Robbie Egan.
Yeah,
you want a player to turn up, you bring fellas off the bench to have that kind of impact, game-winning impacts, and that's what Robbie Egan has provided here today.
Got the goal. It's going to get him to back into the county final, and put in there to the edge of the square, battled his way through it, and got it. Credit to Kilmallock. So many leaders stood up front throughout that second half. What about just before that? With Gavin O'Mahony taking the ball off the line back there, batting it away, using all his years of experience. Absolute heartbreak for Doon, but credit to champions. They stood up tall when it was needed in that final quarter.
Yeah, it's an excellent win for Kilmallock. Your heart, of course, has to go out to Doon, leading this game for so long. We always said Jerome Kilmallock would need a goal to get back into it. They got it. But from Doon's point of view, look, they've had a great year. They'll be absolutely heartbroken.
They'll be heartbroken. It's not about getting the semi-finals for Doon. It's about trying to get over the line and win that county title that they crave so badly. just, it's literally a puck of a ball here today, and given the conditions and everything, you feel sorry for them. But the champions march on, and we've got that county final in the Piercing versus Kilmallock, the two sides that have dominated Limerick club hurling for the last 10-12 years. Absolutely mouth-watering prospect. If it can only ask for one thing, it's that we get weather somewhat better than today.
Yeah, well, that's one thing we can certainly hope for. It has been a very difficult afternoon, evening for both sides here in Bruff. It is Kilmallock that have just about, by the smallest of margins imaginable, that have won this game. And it's Kilmallock that will face the Piercing in the Bon Secours Hospital 22 Limerick Senior Hurling Championship Final. Jerome, final thoughts, a quick look ahead to that final.
Yeah, look, they've already had an incredible struggle earlier in the championship, and as I said, two of the real kingpins of Limerick Cup hurling for the last couple of years, and look at the talent that's going to be on display in that county final as well, and look, it's certainly one to look forward to. I've no doubt it'll draw the crowds, and as I said, if the skies can stay clear, we'll gladly take it.
Oblige us just for one more day, maybe, in the two Scaly Crowns. Hopefully the final will be on there. But that's all from us here on Limerick GAA TV this afternoon from Bruff. Well, you can't have asked for much more from a drama point of view. It is Kilmallock that have beaten Doon on a 113-29 scoreline. We'll be back with more live action soon.